Hey everybody, in this video we're going to talk about the sum and difference formulas. We're going to begin by looking at sine. And so if you look down here at the purple writing, we see that we have two different formulas. We have one for the sum and one for the difference. Typically, when we're thinking of the unit circle, we know that we can find easily something like the sine of 45 degrees. That's one of the kind of key points on our unit circle. And so we know that the sine of 45 degrees is root 2 over 2. We also know that we could find something easy like the sine of 30 degrees being 1/2. Again, both are in quadrant 1. They're easy for us to find. They're on our unit circle. The problem is when we wind up with something that is like the sine of 75. This is no longer an easy point for us to find on our unit circle, so we have to use the sum and difference properties to solve for this. So let's jump straight into an example here. If I have the sine of 75, I need to figure out how can I get this. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. I just need to think about what are two different angles that are going to give me 75 degrees. Well, we know that 45 degrees plus 30 degrees gives me 75 degrees. So since I'm adding here, what I'm going to use is the sine, the sum formula of sine. So I can say sine of 45 degrees plus 30 degrees equals, and we're just going to follow our formula for the sum of sine. So we have the sine of, well, this is going to be referred to as A. This is going to be referred to as B. So we have the sine of 45 times the cosine of 30 plus the sine, well, we'll keep it in order, plus the cosine of 45 times the sine of 30. And so now when we simplify this problem out, we have, I know that the sine of 45 is root 2 over 2. I know that the cosine of 30 is root 3 over 2, plus the cosine at 45 is root 2 over 2, times the sine at 30 is 1/2. So start simplifying our problem. I'm going to wind up with root 6 over 4 plus root 2 over 4. And I know that that fraction will clean up to give me root 6 plus root 2 over 4. And that's our final answer. So that is our answer for the sum formula of sine. So let's look at another example here. If I had the sine of negative 15 degrees, so again, negative 15 degrees, we're going clockwise on the unit circle. It's not an easy point for us to find. So I've got to use either my sum or my difference formula to find the answer. So what I'm going to do here is, again, I'm going to look what two angle measures give me negative 15 degrees. Well, in this particular case, I could have 30 degrees minus 45 degrees. That gives me negative 15 degrees. So using the same principle where A minus B, we have 30 minus 45 degrees, where 30 is going to be A, 45 is going to be B. So I'm going to follow that same pattern where we had the sine of A times the cosine of B. And we're not going to worry about the negative. Don't include the negative on the actual angle measures. But now we have minus the cosine of 30 times the sine of 45. Simplify that out. I know the sine of 30 is 1/2. The cosine of 45 we know is root 2 over 2. Minus the cosine at 30 is root 3 over 2 times the sine of 45 is root 2 over 2. Simplify it out, and we know, let me move all of this up a little bit. We know that we have root 2 over 4 minus root 6 over 4, which simplifies to give us root 2 minus root 6 over 4. So that's your sum and difference formula of sine. Very easy, very straightforward. Taking an angle measure that is not on the unit circle, and we write it in terms of two angles that is on our unit circle, and then we simply just plug it into the formula here. Simplify it out, and we wind up with our answer. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope it helped. We'll see you guys next time.